They're loved, no matter what they're called, the world over. Here are some common ways people say grandma and grandpa around the globe. Sweden, grandma. Mormor, maternal, farmer, paternal. Grandpa, morfar, maternal, farfar, paternal. In Sweden, it is made clear if the grandparent is on the mother's side or on the father's side, says tour guide Adi Chink. In the Swedish language, the maternal grandparents are mormor for grandmother and morfar for grandfather. Paternal grandparents are farmer for grandmother and farfar for grandfather. If you want to get up close and personal with all things Swedish, no need to have a mormor of your own. Lindsborg, Kansas, also known as Little Sweden, is filled with shops selling Swedish crafts, restaurants featuring everything from Swedish meatballs to ostkaka and Swedish festivals. According to the American Grandparents Association, more than half of Lindsborg's population has Swedish roots. India, grandma. Nani, maternal. Dadi, paternal. Grandpa. Nana, maternal. Dada, paternal. In our Indian culture, Nani is maternal grandmother and Daddy is paternal. Nana is maternal grandfather and Dada is paternal. Shares Lisa Batra is a first-generation Indian with immigrant parents and 2 kids of her own. The busy entrepreneur is also founder of My Kids Threads. The origins of these words go back to the ancient Urdu language, she says. In Telugu, another popular Indian dialect, grandmothers are known as Awa and grandfathers as Tata. According to Indian Child, the role of Indian grandparents in their grandchildren's lives is paramount, whether they live in India or elsewhere. Grandparents help to bridge the gap between the traditional and modern, bringing a sense of culture to the household. These are pieces of advice you should always ignore from your grandparents. Israel, grandma, Satva, Bub, Nana, Abuela, grandpa, Saba, Zeta, Nano, Abuelo. In the land of milk and honey, grandparents are called by many names. In Hebrew, one of the official languages of Israel, grandma is called Savta and grandpa, Saba. Jews with roots in Eastern Europe, known as Ashkenazi Jews, sometimes prefer the Yiddish version, Bub for grandmother and Zeta for grandfather. Sephardic Jews who trace their roots back to the Iberian Peninsula of the late 1500s typically use the Ladino terms, Nana or Abuela for grandmother and Nano or Abuelo for grandfather, according to Gfeller. The peninsula's proximity to Spain is why the Ladino translation sounds so similar to the grandma and grandpa terms used in that country. Only first-time grandparents can relate to these funny things. Spain, grandma, abuela/abuelita. Grandpa, abuelo/abuelito. In Spain, as in most Spanish-speaking countries, grandparents are most often referred to with the formal titles of abuela, grandma, and abuelo, grandpa. Informal versions are also popular. Abuelita, which translates into little grandma, is a common term of endearment, and for grandpas, abuelito is often used to show great affection. Grandparents' Day in Spain is celebrated on July 26th, a day commonly associated with the feast day of Saint Joaquin and Saint Anne. These saints are thought to have been the parents of the Virgin Mary, making them the grandparents of Jesus. KwaZulu-Natal Province in South Africa. Grandma, Gogo/Ugogo. Grandpa, Umkulu. Home to the Zulu tribe of South Africa, the KwaZulu-Natal province has known its share of hardships, as well as joys. Here, grandmothers are often called upon to raise their own grandchildren, orphaned by the AIDS crisis. Grandmas are lovingly known as Gogo or Ugogo in the Zulu dialect. Gogo groups, dedicated to helping children, can be found all over the country. Grandpas of the Zulu tribe are called Umkulu. Ireland, grandma. Mamio, grandpa. Dadio. If your grandparents were born in Ireland, you can claim Irish citizenship for yourself, even if your parents have never set foot on the Emerald Isle. That may be one reason why grandparents in this lovely country have such loving connections to their grandkids. In Gaelic, grandmothers are called Mamio, pronounced Mamo, and grandfathers, Dadio, pronounced Dajo. Try testing your own Mamio to see how many she gets right. Russia, grandma, babushka, grandpa, dedushka. In Russia, a grandmother is typically referred to as babushka, a term that also means old woman. The colorful, light wool headscarves, often worn by women of a certain age in Russia, have also come to be known as babushkas. Grandfathers may not have a head covering named after them in this large northern country, but are affectionately known as dedushka, or sometimes dedulia, a more casual term of endearment. The People's Republic of China, grandma, lao lao, maternal, nei nei, paternal, grandpa, lao yi or wai gong, maternal, su fu, paternal. In Chinese households, both in the People's Republic and abroad, grandparents often live with their children and grandchildren, according to the American Grandparents Association. This close, respectful relationship is of benefit to everyone, since the grandparents typically stay home with the children while their parents work. In Mandarin, the official dialect, maternal and paternal grandparents are known by different terms. According to the Spruce, the formal name for paternal grandfathers is zufu, but yai is more commonly used. Maternal grandfathers are known by different names based on geographic region. In the north, they're called lao yi. In the south, wai gong. Paternal grandmas are known as nai nai, and maternal grandmas lao lao. Chinese New Year is an important holiday for Chinese families. France, grandma, grandmère, grandpa, grandpère. The lyrical language of France is apparent in the way children refer to their grandparents. Grandmère is grandma, and grandpère is grandpa. Mamie has become a popular modern update for grandmother. According to Cairn Info, the role of grandparents in their grandchildren's lives have changed from the traditional in modern-day France. Due to healthy habits and a robust, longer lifespan than was common in generations past, grandparents are better able to play an active, familial role into a more advanced older age. Grandparents in France are often the ones who provide financial assistance when needed to their grandkids. Now, read up on the true story of Grandparents' Day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.